All right, so that thing closed out on me. So we'll just keep continuing on where I left off, where it cut off. So going back to Mark 9 and 41. Oh, it's lucky I just woke up, so about an hour ago. So I'm still waking up, I guess. That's the spirit. Just woke up an hour ago. We're talking about brothers coming into the truth, waking up in what hour you wake up in. It don't matter what hour you wake up in. If you're the elect, you're the elect, and you can't question Yahweh Bashem Yahushai on who he brings in and at what time he brings them in. You see? Verse 41. Whosoever shall give you a cup of water to drink in my name, because ye belong to Hamashiach, verily I say unto you, he shall not lose his reward. Right, so something as simple as a cup of water. If you if you do it out of respect and honor of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, those names, then guess what? You're going to receive that. It says you're going to receive the reward of a prophet. You know. Let's grab that real quick. That's. Matthew 10 and 41. Oh shoot, I'm in Mark. Matthew 10 and 41. It says, he that receiveth a prophet in the name of a prophet shall receive a prophet's reward. And he that receiveth a righteous man in the name of a righteous man shall receive a righteous man's reward. And whosoever shall give to drink unto one of these little ones a cup of cold water only in the name of a disciple, verily I say unto you, he shall in no wise lose his reward. All right. So you're going to have men who are, going to be filled with pride, and they're in this knowledge and this truth, and not receive that same reward of the one who humbles himself down, and he's not even a prophet, but he gives the prophet in believing that man's a prophet, just as something simple as a cup of cold water, just to refresh that man, right, or whatever, or just as a kind gesture, right? And that man's going to be more exalted in the kingdom than the man who's prideful, who's already in the truth. But if you're moving with pride, and you're moving with malice, and you're moving with just really the pride is something that you have to let go when you come in this ministry. And being prideful, you have to be in the in order. If you're out of order, then it's not, because remember, you're not when you go out of order, you're not offending, well, you are offending the little one or the Lord's prophets, but more importantly, you're not receiving Yahweh, because Yahweh is the one who sets up the camps. Yahweh is the one who sets up the order. So if it comes down to something like that, then that goes into pride, man. And you can't have pride. There's decency and order in the truth. Pride is not something that is going to be your friend when you come into the ministry. It don't matter if you're the first in command to the last in command in the camps. We all have to, move with humility, all right? Let's get this real quick. Let's get Ecclesiasticus 10 and 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath all shall pour out abomination, and therefore Yahweh brought upon them strange calamities, and overthrew them utterly. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes, and set up the meek in their stead. Right. So if you're just prideful in this knowledge and this truth, the Lord's gonna set up, the Lord's gonna set up the meek in your place. No brother should have too much pride in this knowledge and this truth to where you become offensive with the brotherhood. It don't matter who it is, man. If Apostle Gabar got a prideful spirit, or Apostle Aramlab got a prideful spirit, even they could be removed out of their place. There's no room for pride in this. It says in the scriptures, the meek shall inherit the kingdom. All right? Plain and simple. Let's go back to Mark 9. Mark 9 and 42. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he were cast into the sea. And that says what it says, man. We're not in a place to offend the prophets or offend each other. We're not in a place. You have to respect the brotherhood. If there an issue rises up, you gotta call a council. We just had that experience. We just experienced that, man. And maybe that's why that's obviously why Yahweh bringing the Spirit to do this lesson. Because like I said, I didn't plan a lesson to do this lesson. The Spirit moves where the Spirit moves, And we're reading about this, You don't want to offend the brotherhood, especially if the brotherhood is in order. If the brotherhood is in order, then it's all about humility. If you have a camp that's way out of order, that's not doing the right thing, and I don't know, maybe there's camps out there in GMS who are moving like that. I don't know. That's why this thing is so fearful. That's why this thing is so it's not a thing to be played with. We have to, we're coming into a heavy time. And so we had a council in our camp, and it shows you how heavy the time is right now, man. Because this is the time where brothers really need to buckle down, really be zoned in. You have to, if you feel like you're not in 100% order, you're probably not in order. You need to start praying about that. You need to start praying that the Lord don't move you with temptation that'll overcome you. That goes for me first and foremost, and anyone else out there listening. We're coming into a heavy time, brothers, and I think, but I know that the men who are sincere in this thing of ours, that they understand what I'm saying. But let's keep reading. And if thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into the life maimed than to have two hands to go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched. Where their worm dieth not, and the fire is not quenched. And if thy foot offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter halt into life than having 2 feet to be cast in hell and have a fire that never shall be quenched. And it could go into, the body, the brotherhood, right? Sometimes you gotta cut things off, and that's exactly through the Spirit. I mean, we didn't know everything that happened in our camp with our council recently. It was very surprising and shocking to me, but there was a separation that we had to deal with, and that's kind of what this is going into: the foot being cut off, cutting the 2 hands off. You're cutting off pieces of the body. You're cutting off. You separate from men sometimes in this truth. If there's too much contention, if there's too much pride involved, sometimes you got to go your own ways. And it's not for us to question or wonder why it's happening, because we know Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai is controlling all the spirits. So we just gotta pray, keep the faith, keep the faith, keep enduring. Acts 15, we had a separation, a division in the camp, and that's why this lesson is that's why I'm doing this lesson, through the Spirit. Let's see, Acts 15. It says here, I'll start at our camp. We had a split in our camp yesterday through a council, and it's not something that I mean, it is what it is, as they say in the world, but let me just see. Let's read I'll start at right here. It said, Acts 15 and 35. Paul also and Barnabas continued in Antioch, teaching and preaching the word of Yahweh with many others also. And some days after, Paul said unto Barnabas, Let us go again and visit our brethren in every city where we have preached the word of Yahweh, and see how they do. And Barnabas determined to take with them John, whose surname was Mark, but Paul thought not good to take him with them, whom departed from them from Pamphylia, and they went not with them to the work. And the contention was so sharp between them that they departed asunder one from the other. And so Barnabas took Mark and sailed unto Cyprus. So this shows you that, because like I said, we had a bit of a separation between the camp after a council yesterday, and we basically said our piece, And if brothers are listening, I hope there's no hard feelings, because, it was, to be honest, it was kind of it was a strange separation, almost like it could have been avoided, in my opinion. But opinions don't mean nothing when it comes to this knowledge and this truth. So it don't even really matter my opinion. But there was contention. And that's why I'm reading this right here, because, it was the same thing in the ancient, during the time of Acts. Brothers separated and chose to teach and be apart, But the thing is this is what we're talking about, pride, man. You can't let pride come between the ministry, Brothers are, and this goes for everybody, and for me first and foremost. You have to have humility in this knowledge, in this truth of ours, Otherwise, there's going to be contention. Otherwise, there's going to be, division. Like we're reading here in Acts 15 chapter. It says, and the contention was so sharp between them that they departed asunder one from another. And so Barnabas took Mark and sailed unto Cyprus, and Paul chose Silas and departed, being recommended by the brethren unto the grace of the Most High. And he went through Syria and Cilicia, confirming the churches. So sometimes, hey, camps get divided, man. We've had it in the past, camps being divided. And now the Lord is doing it again, through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Our camp just got divided again, But that's because there was contention, there was pride. There's things that, we got to be meek to. We got to humble down. There's humility. You have to deal with the brothers with humility. Otherwise, these things happen, man. And I'm going to tell you just straight up. I pray for the brothers that have been separated from our camp. And, and I'll leave it at that, man. Let me go back to Mark 9 and 42. And whosoever shall offend one of these little ones that believe in me, it is better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck and he were cast into the sea. Oh wait, I already read these. I'm at verse Salakia. Verse 47, and if thine eye offend thee, pluck it out. It is better for thee to enter into the kingdom of the Most High with one eye and having two eyes to be cast into hell fire, where their worm dieth not and the fire is not quenched. For everyone shall be salted with fire, and every sacrifice shall be salted with salt. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost his saltness, wherewith will ye season it? Have ye salt in yourselves, and have peace one with another? You see? And really, salt goes into that flavor. We know what that, as the Israelites, we're the salt of the earth. The teachers, we're the salt of the earth, right? But you have to have peace, though. If there's contention, sometimes there's got to be a separation. Like what happened with us. Now, does it mean those brothers don't have lost the salt? No, that's not what it is. It doesn't mean we've lost the salt. That ain't what it is either. What matters is the one who keeps pushing and endures to the end. Because at the end of the day, we know that GMS has the truth, starting out with the elders. But because the point being, there's going to be men that are outside of the camps of GMS who are going to be of the elect. And there's going to be men who are in GMS who are not going to be of the elect. All right? That's the fearful thing, So, it's all about meekness and humbleness and letting go of pride. And the meek is what's going to inherit the kingdom. I'll close my lesson on that verse. The meek shall inherit the kingdom. Let's grab that real quick. The meek shall inherit the earth. That's the 37th Psalm. 37:11. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. All right, so you got it. This thing, at the end of the day, you can't have strife or contentious spirits with the brotherhood. Either way, This is a gospel of peace, and if you're not at peace with the brothers, then that's where it all starts, with the brotherhood. So You know, it's all about, order, decency, being meek, letting your pride stay at the door, So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kudash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge Al-Akim, who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom to the elect.